Hi, it's Local Dragon Lady here, and the new Blue Eye support is officially out. I just got my 3 boxes today, and I'm so excited. That people have been asking me for a deck profile, and I'm going to give you a real quick one. I've been playing with this for quite a while, and it works really, really well. I'm quite impressed. I'm actually going to be on a plane tomorrow, going on a trip, so that's why this is going to be very quick. It's late at night here, but I just had to, you know. Ask and you shall receive. So we have 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. 2 seems to be the best number. You can try 3 if you want full power for the ultimate fusion, but this 2 seems to be really good. You can probably get away with just 1. 3 Maiden of White, probably the best card in this deck. You can discard it to the grave, and you can activate your True Light from the deck. That is incredibly powerful, especially considering you can activate one of the effects from the True Light to summon a Blue Eyes from your grave or your hand, or get a card that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon, and set it from your deck. So extremely powerful. She's what makes this deck go. Also got 3 Sacred Odds of Blue. Yes, even though this is a really old card, this card is still critical. It's also a spellcaster. Well, they're both spellcasters, so they can definitely go into a link. Level 1, you're all level 1 tuner, so you can go into your synchros, so you can normal summon him to search for a tuner, so you can normal summon him to search her out. If he gets negated, it really doesn't matter, because you can go into your link 1. Also, if you recover him from the grave, which is what you can do with the Master of Odds of Blue, you can use the second effect to discard target effect monster and get a Blue Eyes monster out. So he's still the man. Sage is still the man. Master is good. You can get away without him, but I've been finding him very useful. It's great for recovering your tuners. So yeah, shout out to the Master. 1 Blue Eyes Jet. This guy does not get enough love. This is probably one of my favorite Blue Eyes cards now, because he's so annoying. So for one thing, once he's on the field, everything on your field is immune from destruction effects, except for himself, so your opponent will have to focus on getting rid of him. He's also very important because once the True Light is removed from the field, all your monsters are gone. So as long as he's there, they cannot touch your True Light. Also, when he attacks at the start of the damage step, he bounces a card on the field back to the hand or the extra deck. So, and being a Blue Eyes card, he can be turboed out, and of course, if anything is destroyed on the field, would it be on your side or your opponent's side, he comes out from your hand, or he comes back from the grave. So long as you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field or in the grave, this guy is alive. And there are many opportunities to get him from your grave from your deck to the grave. So yeah, you're going to be having your Blue Eyes really quick. Get this guy out on the grave or in your hand, live. He just keeps coming back and back and back. Next, I have 2 copies of Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I'm putting 2 there because you really want to get a starter as soon as you can. Your Maiden is a good starter. Your Sage is a good starter. Kaiser Seahorse is a good starter. If you happen to have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field, you can special summon him to the field, which is a free special summon. Even if you normal summon him, you can still link off into your Blue Eyes Spirit. Spirit with Eyes of Blue. You can still link off into him. So it's not a wasted play if you can't use the effect. And of course, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, which it will be by either a synchro summoning or a link summon, you can send 1 Blue Eyes monster or a monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the grave. And of course, the target I usually go for is the Jet. Rest of it is hand traps. We have 3 effect Veilers. It's searchable off the Sacred Odds of Blue, so a great bonus. 3 Nibs. Everyone's using it. Everyone needs it. We're just in a format. There's just summoning spam, so Nibiru. 3 Ash Blossoms. This is really great value for the structured deck. If you buy 3, you get your 3 Ashes, your 3 Nibs. Bam, like you made your money back right away. So I'm using 2 Saga with a Blue-Eyed White Dragon and 3 Prayers. Prayers is probably one of the most important starters off of the Maiden. Usually we use the Maiden's effect to send herself, activate True Light, and use a True Light to set the Prayers, and you can use the Prayers on that turn. So you activate it. discard one card. You can add one level light tuner and one spell or trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. The combinations are endless here. You can, the sack of the Blue Eyed Dragon, you use basically special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. So you have access to your banishment zone from this, as long as it's not face down. If it's face up, all bets are off. Now the thing is, it has to be a Blue Eyes White Dragon. However, if you already have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field, you can use him to turbo out the Blue Eyes Jet. So he is really good. He enables you to get a free monster out, so you can go into synchro plays. And the great thing with the Prayers of Oz of Blue is you can banish it, and you can equip one Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to your Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I'm pretty sure most of it knows what the target is at this point. Now you can also banish the Saga from your graveyard. You can fusion summon one fusion monster from the extra deck using monsters from your hand field, including a Blue Eyes monster. So yes, I think the trick is like they intentionally meant for this to get a Tyrant out, because that's the card on the picture. So you get a Tyrant out, use him to summon the Tyrant from the grave, like you banish it to summon the Tyrant. But we got different ideas for this. One single rumble is searchable off a certain synchro monster we have. Bingo Machine Go. This one's a little tricky because a lot of the cards we have are one-ofs, but while bad hands are uncommon in this deck, this can mean the difference between a brick or a playable hand. So think of it as an emergency machine go as opposed to a bingo. One Ultimate Fusion, one of the mini cards you can search off a Bingo Machine Go. You can set this off the True Light. This one's really good because you can recycle cards that you have in your grave and put them back into the deck, especially your Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. If you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field and you send that back to your deck to do a fusion summon, you can actually pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. There's so many nifty tricks you can do with this regarding disruptions in combination with the True Light. It's amazing. One Mausoleum of White, because you search this off of your Spirit of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. Traps, more negation, so infinite impermanence. One Destined Rivals. I think people are sleeping on this card. It works so well off of the True Light, and of course, if you have a vanilla Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is easy to do on your turn or your opponent's turn, you negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. So what you can do on your turn, you can use a True Light to set this from the deck. On your opponent's turn, use True Light to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon if it's in your graveyard. And if you wait at the right time, bam, they're all negated. So it's not like, is it a perfect card? No, it's by all means, it's not. But I think it has a place. I mean, it does work. It does work. Majesty with Dragons of White, you only need one. Again, it's searchable off the True Light. This is a really good disruptor because you're going to have Blue Eyes White Dragon in your graveyard. So you can pop a few cards. One bonus effect of this, though, is if you do want to play the Chaos Max package, which is just the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon with the Abyss Dragon in Chaos form, well, it's not that difficult to get the Chaos Max in your hand and summon it during your opponent's turn. So it's not a bad card. It's good for additional disruptions. And of course, if anything is destroyed on the field by result of Majesty or even with Ultimate Fusion, guess what comes out? The Jet! It keeps coming back. The Ultimate Creature Destruction, again, another good card. Set it from the True Light, search it off Bingo Machine Go, and it essentially makes one of your Blue Eyes monsters immune to everything except its own effect. And of course, if you do summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can reset this from your grave, but it will be banished afterwards. So double the value. True Light, obvious, you get out the Maiden. 3, Gravity Collapse. Okay, this is my husband found this and it works. I tried it out, it does work. So it's a counter trap. So when your opponent would summon a monster or monsters, you can send one face of synchro monster that you own to the graveyard. And if you do, you destroy that monster and they can't summon anything else. So think about that. Blue Eyes well, at least with this build, is a synchro spam. So you will have multiple disruptions on your opening board if there's, unless you get disrupted. Once your opponent begins to set their board, okay, you can negate and destroy a few things, but if they try to summon something else, you can tribute that monster or send it to the graveyard after the activation of Gravity Collapse, and that's it. They can't build their board, so this is an amazing going first card. Now, if you lose the dice roll and you have to go second, okay, like when you're siding, you can remove and put something else in there. But as of going first, it's amazing. Now, extra deck. Neoblitz Ultimate Dragon. This is the one you would go for when you equip a fusion monster to your Blue Eyes, because summoning it's not going to happen. However, it has a grave effect. So if any of your Blue Eyes gets targeted by any effect, just banish this, and you can negate that targeting effect. So he's actually really handy. Now you can do this with the Blue Eyes Timer Dragon, but I prefer to use Ultimate Fusion to get him out. This guy is a good beat stick. He can attack your opponent's entire field, and of course when he attacks something, any traps you have are recyclable, so you can get these back. Can't go wrong with that. Cosmic Blazar Dragon, Stardust Cypher Divine Dragon. You do this off of the Crimson Dragon package. So the idea of this is you use your Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, which you need 3 of. You go into your Crimson Dragon, it's a light dragon synchro, and if you get another Blue Eye Spirit, you want to go into your Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate Dragon. This is a level 12. This is important because these guys are level 12. The move I typically do the most is I try to get out the Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate, get the Crimson, target Blue Eye Spirit, and go into the Stardust. Because we all know that once you take out a monster off the effect of the original Blue Eye Spirit, it's going to die. It gets destroyed by the end of the turn, but not if you use a Stardust Cypher. Now, as a bonus, when your opponent activates a card effect, you can negate that effect. Plus, you can destroy something else. It doesn't have to be the card that you negate it. So this guy is amazing. He protects your Blue Eye Spirit Ultimate from the destruction effect of the Blue Eye Spirit. Plus, if anything were to happen to the Ultimate Dragon, you can bring back your Blue Eye Spirit, and he can still negate an opponent's grave effect. Really good. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. This works really well. Now, it's an negate, and this is a level 9. So if you're running out of resources, you can use the Crimson Dragon, because it does get returned to your extra deck, so you can use them more than once. You can target a regular Blue Eye Spirit and go into him. Level 9. The new Lightstorm Dragon. This is really good for the back row. It's a generic level 9. You can sync up to this one with a Blue Eyes White Dragon and a tuner. If you special summon, you can target spells and traps on the field up to the number of normal monsters in your graveyard +1 and destroy them. So you always don't have a vanilla Blue Eye. So that can be 2 cards you can destroy, or it can be 3. Okay, quick edit. I had a Crystal Wing Synchro in there. I was supposed to be a Black Rose Moonlight Dragon because it's a light dragon that you can, in a pinch, tag out the Blue Eye Spirit for the Black Rose Moonlight. I did have a deck play that you can get out the Crystal Wing, because where it is, you can use the Crimson Dragon to get him out. That's a different build. I forgot to switch it out, so my mistake. Herrick Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. It's good for a bounce, tribute, and you can special summon a dragon from your deck. And 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. 1 level 4 lower dragon or spellcaster, so we have lots of starters to get him out. This is the one that once you special summon it, you can search for your Mausoleum, activate it. The Mausoleum allows you to summon twice, which is, normal summon your tuners twice, which is very helpful. You can also target it, send a Blue Eyes to the grave, use the effect to target it, and special summon it. So this is probably the most common play you will be doing by normal, link, search, tribute, and revive, and there you go. So now I do have some other ideas. Again, I do have like the Chaos Max package. You can try adding it in. Magician of Black Chaos Max. It's a decent, you just need a way to search it from your deck to your hand, because if you ritual summon this off of the Majesty on your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot use any monster effects. That's really devastating if you can pull that off. Crossed Designator is another good one, because I'm pretty sure a lot of your opponents will be using the same hand traps. Lots of hand traps. So yeah, this is definitely one I would side and needed. Lancia would be good. A lot of people are using banishing effects. Skullmeister, I've been flirting with this card because there's a lot of great effects. I mean, I know we have plenty of negation with the Blue Eye Spirit, but hey, having a hand trap to negate a grave effect on your opponent's turn, not a bad idea. So anyway, that is my deck profile. I had to get to bed. I gotta go for my trip. But anyway, I'm gonna try and do some test hands once I come back. I'm hoping you're all enjoying these cards. I am. Anyway, remember to be a good sport, to play the game, not the fame. And I will see you when I come back. Bye!